because I'm a cancer researcher, and I was very, very surprised to see that when it's consumed, in this case as a probiotic in a research study, actually fights cancer growth.
Meet Dr. William Lee. He is recognized for exploring how our body's natural defense systems can be strengthened through what we eat and how we live.
In my book, Eat to Beat Disease, I got it right here. Check it out. If you haven't read it, I strongly recommend it. Eat to Beat Disease. It's got a lot of stuff in here about food doses and all the different kinds of foods that can activate your health defenses to fight cancer. There's whole sections about cancer-fighting foods in there.
Dr. Lee has transformed the way we understand diet and its role in healing the body. The breakfast bread.
Sourdough bread. One of my favorite breads, all right? Now, this is a very, very traditional, old, medieval-style bread, okay? And it'll come in a loaf. It's kind of brown on the outside. It's got little cracks on it. When you cut it open, it's kind of crusty on the outside. Cut it open, you smell it inside. It smells really great. It's got a little tangy flavor to it because it's a bread that's made with a starter bacteria that's healthy. That's called Lactobacillus reuteri. L. reuteri, Lactobacillus. Now, what is Lactobacillus reuteri? It's a healthy bacteria that used to be found in all of our guts. It's a healthy gut bacteria. It's also found in different kinds of food products. But researchers have actually discovered, and I'm one of those researchers, that Lactobacillus reuteri can actually help to fight tumors from growing. It boosts your immune system and gets your immune system strong. It actually lowers inflammation. All right. All the things that good, healthy gut bacteria does helps you heal from the inside out.
Sourdough bread is one of the oldest types of bread, made using a traditional fermentation process that has been used for hundreds of years. Unlike regular bread, sourdough is made with a natural starter, which contains beneficial bacteria and wild yeast instead of commercial yeast. One of the reasons sourdough has its unique, slightly tangy taste is because of these healthy bacteria, especially a group called lactobacillus. During fermentation, these bacteria produce natural acids that give sourdough its signature flavor and texture. Why does this matter? Healthy bacteria like lactobacillus play an important role in supporting your gut health. A healthy gut can help your body digest food better, support the immune system, and reduce inflammation. Some scientific studies suggest that certain strains of lactobacillus, including Lactobacillus reuteri, may help strengthen the body's natural defenses and influence how the immune system responds. Early laboratory and animal research has also explored whether these bacteria could play a role in slowing tumor growth, but more human research is needed before making firm conclusions. How does it help to fight cancer?
Because I'm a cancer researcher, and I was very, very surprised to see that Lactobacillus reuteri, okay, when it's consumed, in this case as a probiotic in a research study, actually fights cancer growth. Now, how does that work? Well, it turns out that gut bacteria, like Lactobacillus reuteri, talks to the immune system. A lot of people don't realize this, but 70% of your immune system is found in the wall of your gut. Now, your gut is like a garden hose, right? So think about a garden hose like this. Now, imagine you take a pair of garden shears and cut that garden hose off and take a look right down the middle of it. You'll see that it's got a wall right around the garden hose. And it turns out that the gut bacteria is inside the hole and the immune system's inside the wall of the gut. All right? Now, what happens? Healthy gut bacteria talk to the immune system. They talk like college roommates, shoving each other through a very thin dorm wall. Hey, what do you want on your pizza tonight? Oh, I think I'm going to have, mushrooms and peppers. So this is actually how the communication happens between gut bacteria and your immune system. Now, when you actually get good, healthy gut bacteria, they're giving good instructions to your immune system. And that immune system conducts surveillance in your bloodstream. Immune cells go out into your bloodstream, and they're cruising around, just like cops on a beat, like police in a suburban neighborhood, very peaceful, quiet suburban neighborhood, just looking for problems, right? Usually everything looks pretty good, except that, every now and then you see that suspicious dude, and maybe that drug dealer sitting in the street corner, might not even be dealing drugs, but looks kind of shady. All right. Gonna shake down that guy, see if he's got anything. All right. And he's actually got some paraphernalia and has some drugs on him. What do the police do? They stick him in the back of the paddy wagon and take him away. And that's basically what your immune system does when it's conducting surveillance for microscopic cancers in your body. So this is why getting a good, healthy gut bacteria microbiome is really, really important. It talks to your immune system. Your immune system then is better able to conduct surveillance. And not only are they actually, protecting you from invaders from the outside of your body, like bacteria and viruses during flu and cold season, but they're also cruising through your bloodstream, looking around for any of those microscopic cancers that might be growing that actually could be tackled and taken care of to prevent clinical cancers from ever forming. All right. That's how important a bacteria, a good healthy bacteria is. And Lactobacillus reuteri, which is used as a starter for sourdough bread, does that function. All right. So sourdough bread, consider it kind of a probiotic bread.
Around 70% of your immune system is located in and around your digestive tract. Think of your gut as a long tube. Inside that tube live trillions of helpful bacteria, while immune cells are located just beyond the gut lining. These bacteria and immune cells are constantly talking to each other by exchanging chemical signals. When your gut contains a healthy balance of beneficial bacteria, those signals help your immune system function more effectively. In turn, immune cells travel throughout your body, looking for harmful invaders like bacteria and viruses, as well as abnormal cells that could become cancerous. You can think of these immune cells as security patrols, constantly monitoring your body and removing potential threats before they become serious problems. Because sourdough is made using beneficial bacteria, it's often associated with gut-friendly fermentation. However, it's important to remember that baking the bread at high temperatures kills the live bacteria. This means sourdough is not a probiotic food in the same way that yogurt or kefir is, since it doesn't usually contain live microbes after baking. Even so, the fermentation process creates beneficial compounds before baking. These compounds can make sourdough easier to digest for many people, improve the availability of certain nutrients, and contribute to its unique flavor and texture. How to prepare it?
Now, some people would say, as I did, wait a minute, you're baking bread like it's at 400 degrees, doesn't it kill all the bacteria? Yep, it does. All right. But guess what? The same lab at Massachusetts Institute of Technology that looked at Lactobacillus reuteri, they basically found that even if you take Lactobacillus reuteri and you smash it into 1,000 pieces, now how do you do that? Well, in the lab, we take something called a sonicator. All right. And it takes sound waves and you aim it right at that bacteria. All right. It's kind of like a Marvel Comics hero that can actually beam destructive sound energy, smash that bacteria into thousands of pieces. All right. Dead, right? Okay. Now you take that and you put in a drinking water remember I told you about the lab mice. Guess what? The Lactobacillus reuteri fragments made from disintegrated bacteria has the same beneficial effect as the intact bacteria. So it's something in there, doesn't have to be alive, still actually gives you that benefit. All right. So even sourdough bread, even baked, that's okay. You're still getting the fragments in there that seem to actually work.
How to buy it?
Here's something you got to be careful about. Again, when you're actually going to the grocery store to get factory-made sourdough bread, should you get that or not? All right? Because that also comes in a plastic sleeve sometimes. You can get the sourdough version. And the answer is be very, very careful because some factory-produced sourdough breads are trying to save time and save money. They don't use Lactobacillus reuteri. It's not a genuine sourdough bread. You know what they do to give that tangy flavor? They just make white bread. They add a little vinegar to it, give it that slightly tangy, sour taste to it. Now they call it sourdough bread because, well, it's a little sour. You skip the Lactobacillus reuteri step. More expensive, takes longer. They cut those corners. Guess what? You don't get the good stuff. This is why, you're not going to see Lactobacillus reuteri on the side of the package. All right, that's just the starter they use for the dough. But if you see vinegar or acetic acid, in the ingredient label, watch out. You're being hoodwinked. Those are not the real sourdough bread. All right. In any case, I personally avoid factory made breads whenever I can.